Hi, my name is Margo Pornard, and welcome to my presentation on the impact of culture on emergency management, planning, and response. In order to understand the impact of culture on emergency management, you must know and understand how the community is made up of different divisions based on different ethnicities, religion, customs, language, education, race, and even age and gender. For the sake of time, I will focus on a few that impact planning and response of emergency management the most, such as language, education, religion, customs, and traditions. Language and education barriers have been known to cause problems for preparing and planning against a disaster. Many of the victims might not have English as a first language and might struggle to understand the warnings and instructions issued in their community. There are also those who might not have received an education high enough to read and understand any written warnings or instructions. These are both big problems. If the people do not know or understand the severity of the disaster, or the instructions on where to go and what to do to remain safe, it is impossible for them to plan accordingly. It is the job and mission of emergency managers to protect all residents of the community, but by them only issuing instructions on planning in written forms only, or available in one or two languages, they are increasing the risk of minorities and excluding them. The respect of religion and customs have also been an issue in the response side of emergency management. For example, in the past, emergency management have ignored religion and customs regarding the disposal of bodies during a state of emergency. Due to a disaster where there have been a great number of casualties, emergency managers have been known to bury bodies in mass graves without proper identification or burial rights. This is a violation of basic human rights, which creates chaos and greater grief for the families of the victims. Each religion has specific ceremonies that must be respected and performed on the body and/or the burial. These problems are relevant to cultural impact on emergency management since they are creating more chaos, misunderstanding, and increasing the stress on the victims, and creating more exclusion in certain groups based on religion, language, race, or ethnicity. Some of these problems are even violations of human rights and huge disrespects to the families of the victims. These problems create gaps in emergent norms and prevent proper planning and appropriate response. This causes emergency management to not be taken seriously in the community, among the minorities, and lose their credibility. How can we fix this? Emergency managers must know their audience when planning. They must get to know their community, and in order for everyone to plan accordingly, they must get the message accessible and understandable to all ethnicities, languages, and disabilities. When responding, they must tailor a response appropriate for each custom, respect and include all minorities in the community, and provide appropriate form of response to religious groups in case of casualties. This concludes my presentation on culture and impact on emergency management, planning, and response. Thank you very much.